My favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen is Nanami. He's stoic, efficient, low-key, and no matter the circumstance he's in, he always remains composed, observant, able to analyze the situation with extreme calm and act accordingly, fitting every characteristic of archetype I like in my characters. Maintains a sharp look, suited, and love the steampunk glasses, and has the right demeanor to pull it off. Like myself, he shares a disdain for authority, but not for the sake of authority itself. It's just the people who tend to be in positions of authority tend to be the least qualified to hold those positions, knowing he's always taking orders from someone less capable than he is.
Jujutsu sorcerers suck! But I have no respect for him!
But at the same time, he prefers this because it'll be too much of a hassle and responsibility to assume leadership over others himself, which is something I highly relate to, and is why I like self-reliant loner type of characters as well. He's very logical and very fair and very direct. There's a scene where he gives Itadori advice on a specific technique when examining a crime scene, and at first Yuji struggles to get it down but eventually gets a hold of it. For a brief moment, he's proud of himself, but Nanami says a proper sorcerer doesn't need to resort to that technique, causing Yuji to be a bit demoralized, and when seeking praise from Nanami, Nanami calmly states he doesn't praise or disparage anyone. He simply adheres to the facts and judges on that basis, which to me means he's not here to cater to your feelings nor hurt your feelings, only to finish the duty or job he's assigned to. No more, no less. Which to most people will come off extremely cold or rude, lacking any human connection, and just callous. But I'll demonstrate how that's completely untrue in a later scene. Sometimes when I'm watching Nanami in dialogue, I feel like there's a mirror of a personality test being played back at me. When he tells Yuji in this scene,
I adhere to facts and judge on that basis. There was a time when I mistakenly believed society worked the same way.
I thought, man, whoever wrote this character, they must have a wide range knowledge of just personality types, because this is too relatable. And what's funny about Nanami is that whenever he's matched up with Gojo in a scene, given the contrast in their personality, Nanami is very serious and Gojo never takes anything serious, making a joke out of everything, but it makes for like the perfect duo of like Nanami being the straight man and Gojo being the comedic guy. Whenever in combat, he keeps it professional, loosening up the tie, careful not to ruin his suit, far from sloppy, with every movement being precise and clean without any wasted step. Efficiency is his combat style. As he told Yuji earlier,
yeah, all out.
No, moderate effort is all that's required here.
Wherever moderate effort will suffice, moderate effort will do. Unless it's when he's forced to go overtime past his work schedule, which is one of the things he hates most, exerting himself, but still making sure he gets the job done. Unlike Itadori, he has the mindset to easily shoulder the harsh realities of his job and make the necessary tough decisions, like killing cursed spirits that were former humans, which again could mistake him for being inhuman, but this flashback to me proves otherwise. Now, before the flashback, he knows that the reason he left Jujutsu High was because it required him to put the lives of others before his own, saying that's a very shit life, and which for someone who is logically based doesn't make sense when survival's on the line. Now, in his past life, he would often frequent a bakery served by a very sweet girl with a bright personality, which really shines when met with his usual cold, direct back and forth. He notices a cursed spirit on her shoulder, but leaves it be since it won't hurt anything and would only cause too much trouble for him to exercise it. He works at a corporation dealing with numbers and analytics, which for him is perfect. And then there's an inner monologue that runs with him thinking to himself, he's someone that has no reason or purpose to live in. He only cares about doing the minimum in life, aimless, with very little ambition except for early plans of retirement to live somewhere with a very low cost of living, doing the same thing day in and day out. He obsesses over the thought of money to achieve this goal, distracting himself from curses and other people's troubles, almost like he's trying to convince himself that other people's troubles are pointless to deal with. When seeing the girl again, he notices she's a bit fatigued. She confirms that she's been having some shoulder pain and is interfering with her sleep. He then goes on a tangent explaining the nature of his job basically is to make rich people more rich, and that no one would mind if he was gone. He compares his job to the bakery, that if the bakery was gone, people who ate bread every day would mind it very much. Yet for some reason, his job, which isn't essential, pays much more and doesn't logically make sense. She gets a little embarrassed for not fully comprehending, and he asks her to step forward a bit. And with one swing, he kills the cursed spirit. He asks if she feels better, and while surprised by the relief, she says yes. He leaves without needing any validation from her, but she rushes after him, slightly confused on what just happened, but thanks him anyways, loudly. He calls Gojo up and says he's coming back to Jujutsu High. When I first watched all of this, I think I came to the wrong interpretation. At first I thought Nanami was simply weighing the pros and cons of working corporate life and life at Jujutsu High, and concluding that life at Jujutsu makes much more sense when comparing the two. But when rewatching it, that while corporate life does provide stability, maybe he was wrong about not needing purpose or a reason for living, and it shows that deep down, he maybe does value the life of others more than he thought. And while he comes off cold and callous most of the time, the weight of his good deeds weighs much more heavier than compared to someone else, because he's never looking for any credit, congratulations, or praise. When he looks out for you, it means he's genuine in doing so, and that deep down he truly does care without putting a surface level fake smile to convince you of it, and that there's sincerity in his good deeds. And I think this is expressed most when his close comrade dies in a very cold death, and he stands over his dead body with a cold silence. Motivated by revenge, he seeks to avenge him, and it leads to one of the most iconic scenes, in my opinion, in JJK. Someone who never shows emotion had the most distinct, intimidating expression that could even instill fear into this villain who never stops smiling, showing no mercy with every blow he delivers to him, which is imitated by many cosplayers to this day. And this is someone that when he cares about you, he truly cares, no questions asked. And man, did it hurt seeing him go. I thought it was too early for a character like him to go, but maybe I'm being biased, and that's why JJK is what it is. A popular show where the stakes are high, and at any moment your favorite character could get it. And shout out to the voice actor who really did him justice, especially filming his last day in that studio. This is the type of passion that displays what it looks like to truly embody a role, and he delivered. And I couldn't ask for a better voice actor for my favorite character, Nanami. But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Is Nanami your favorite, or is another character your favorite? I would say Megami is my second favorite character in the show, and I'll definitely do another video breaking down one of my favorite scenes between him and Gojo in the video to come soon. But if you haven't already, check out my music on Spotify, link in the description. If you enjoy those Samurai Champloo, lo-fi, mellow boom bap vibes, then my music is definitely for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Free think. Peace.